What's going on, gamers? So we know we had a crazy day today. Obviously, I did too with my birthday. I'm still enjoying it. We got a lot of stuff that I still have to do. Getting some drinks and having a good time tonight. But I want to talk about the Xbox versus PlayStation price hike debate that's going on right now, and also a comment that was left on my video about my energy being different about the price hikes for the PlayStation versus the Xbox because it's something that needs to be talked about. Not necessarily between people leaving comments or anything anybody said, but them not understanding things at a higher intellectual capacity. You see? So AGN's going to do that for you because you know how many topics I've covered on this channel. This is what we do. And I've supported all platforms and PC. It takes talent to do that. And it also takes intellectual honesty. Not sitting around waiting for somebody to make a single mistake and try to farm off of that. That's not a person that's really intelligent to me. The one who's intelligent is the one who can cover all consoles, all electronic boxes. You know what I mean? PlayStation, Nintendo, Steam, Xbox, and PC, and give them positive content and also criticize all of them, which I have done. I've criticized Sony big time. I've criticized Nintendo before, not as much as them because that's not, my channel hasn't been enough long enough for that. I've criticized Xbox tons enough, but I've also supported them. I criticized Steam before, but not a whole lot because once again, you know what I mean? It's like, just depends on the moments. I've criticized PC, Nvidia. I've criticized the RAM. You know what I mean? Like you've seen me do that on this channel. You've also seen me cover political topics as well, sensitive situations, and I have a lot of my own custom content as well. But one thing I will say is there are some people I just can't take seriously. It's like at the end of the day, you're nowhere near where I'm at. There were some people that were jealous of my PSSR2 success, which I kind of found pretty petty, but you know, that's what people do when they feel inferior. So to get to this though, I want to explain something here specifically about the Xbox price hikes last year compared to PlayStation doing it now. Before Sony did this, you had one of the best deals ever in gaming history. You did a PS5 Pro for $650 in the holidays. Microsoft jacked the price up 2 times last year before it got pretty crazy this year, before we fully got our answers. And they're going to be put in a position again to jack the price up again for the third time and put Game Pass up by $10. Didn't give you a wrap in the holiday. You have no games. They cucked you out with the Halo t-shirt. I mean, they literally destroyed everything, right? Completely. And they did that, but being in a position of third place and not winning. There's a total difference when you wanted somebody to try to compete better and be in a better position. And the only thing you probably had was Game Pass at that time. But prior to that, you were still moving like 2 million consoles a year the past 2 years or three. It was terrible. It was already so bad because they canned everything and just mistreated the base big time and hide its stats all the time, lying to people. And this company has 100 times more money than Sony. If anybody should be subsidized, and it should be $1 trillion company. So don't sit here and try to tell me that I should have the same energy towards PlayStation's price hike as Xbox, as if it's equal and they're in equal positions. You're out of your mind. No, you're just being a fraud and you're being intellectually dishonest. But this is not anything new when it comes to certain type of people in this world, the people that are just frauds. You know what I mean? It can't actually give you genuine content and give you a sense of equilibrium. You will not find it on their page. You will actually be disappointed. They're very one-dimensional. So my thing here is that this is why I had to say this, because these type of people do not understand that type of concept that PlayStation won their generation. Nintendo won. PlayStation is going to get their 100 million. Their generation is pretty much finished. These price hikes are terrible, but at the end of the day, most people that want a PlayStation have it. Like 85% of PlayStation gamers pretty much have it because you're going to get your 100 million that Sony usually does. PS2 was it's a far cry. You ain't going to see that happen again. Nintendo Switch 2 did the same thing, or Nintendo Switch 1 did the same thing. But the positions of Sony and Microsoft are significantly different. Microsoft could easily took that. No problem, because they make so much money off of people. They could have easily gave you holiday deals, but they didn't give you holiday deals on top of jacking up the price. Sony gave you insane deals for an entire month straight. But when they do that, people want to make it seem like it's the same as Xbox. It's not, because Xbox's timing was absolutely terrible. And they have no foothold to really hold on to. They got to go all over the place. Sony's doing this with the idea of only on PlayStation now. So if you want to play these games, you're going to have to pay that price right now and for GTA 6 around the corner, which I don't agree with. I would like to see the Pro stay at 750, seriously. And they lied. So that's something where I feel like they have to be criticized on. You know what I mean? I've done that in my last two videos. But the PlayStation versus Xbox price hike difference in terms of like energy, it had to be that way because in that moment too, things were also different. Like you would expect at Microsoft because you're losing significantly to not do that. Sony already has their 90 something million, and with GTA 6 and everything else, they'll do deals again. I'm telling you, and this is temporary. They're going to jack the price down over time. It's not going to stay like this. They'll get their 100 million. They won. 85% of this generation for PlayStation is pretty much solidified. Maybe 90%. You know what I mean? Because they may sell 10 million more consoles now going forward. Maybe 12 or 13. You know what I mean? And they can be fine being there, but they pretty much finished and made more profit than ever. But Microsoft, who has 100 times more money and should have been more pro-consumer, is the one who really messed up everything because now they don't have anything. And they close off everything. Sony's still going to be fine. They still have a loyal base, just like Apple does, right? Remember the price of iPhones? We can go into this deep and really figure this out. So the sad part is that around the corner could be the Series X price going up soon, along with Series S. And you're like 3 times now? Maybe if you wouldn't have jacked the price up and you would have did sales in the holidays and you would have waited like Sony did, right? And you would have done that, you probably could have been in a better position to not be criticized so much, but they didn't care at all. And we know there's something also fishy about all of this. It's just insane. Nintendo's looking the best right now. That's why I told people last year, wait till the mask falls off. Like before the Switch 2 launches, they were really trying to paint them as that. I said, no, man, Nvidia is the worst. You got people talk about the PS5 Pro going up $150. Dude, GPUs have went up like $400. RAM has went up by $400 or $500. PC is the worst. The Steam machine is going to be coming out weaker than a PS5 that came out in 2020 with 2018 technology, and it's going to be $800. And the 2 terabyte version with the same specifications can end up being $900 to $1,000. It's all terrible. But don't sit here and try to make it seem like the energy should be the same for all of them. It's not the same because the results are not the same. That's somebody who, once again, that try to act like they're smart, who thinks they know what they're doing, but every time you come challenge AGN, I'm going to show you that I'm way more intelligent than you. And that I have covered an insane amount of topics on my channel. Everybody knows it. They've seen it. AGN has covered an insane amount of topics. I don't just wake up like these other people coming into my comments to harass people's channel. And I'm not just specifically talking about Game Season, but saying people in general. It's like, I would like to see you do something original. I would like to see you get on the camera, right? And all these people try to call me out. I was like, dude, I went on Porter Rocks Live, right? Plenty of people. I said, show up. If you're going to face me man to man, come face me man to man. Live debate, let's do it with these little advantages that all these people think. I say, anybody want to debate me? Tell Porter Rock, set up the live. I'll be right on there. Debate me. Now, I'll tell you what, I've done this before and nobody showed. So don't sit here and try to act like anything is going to happen because I'm not taking this stuff serious because my channel is going a different way. Anything's going to happen if you're not going to face me man to man live. Any of you that want to call me out. You know what I mean? Because as far as I'm concerned, nobody showed. And everybody that is trying now is like, I already beat you multiple times, easily. And I consistently cover multiple topics. And I'm not sitting here waiting on somebody to look for something negative so I can get some route on. I was like, either you're really good at the game or you're not. And the higher your IQ and intellectual capacity is, the more topics you can cover and the more intellectually honest you are about all sides. When that PSSR 2 came out, you want to know what's so funny about that? That deal was better than anything right now on the planet. Now the thing has changed. Sony has shifted the sides. Even right now, it's still like that until that price goes to $900. And even then, if you still want to build that PC and get a 4K monitor, it's like, whoa. So when I was doing that, I think people were mad that I was blowing up and you never had that on your channel. It seems like you're envious, right? That's the funny thing over here, right? Immature, infantile behavior. I farmed it and it worked and I got great success on it. That's called being smart and adapting to the trends. Just like I'm adapting to this trend right now and farming the PlayStation, jacking up their price. And that's something that needs to be talked about. I criticized them. I've criticized them before. So I show adaptation. I'm not only trying to paint something in a negative animal. That says a lot about somebody's character. You're dishonest. That's a flaw. That's not a higher bracket of intelligence. That's a low-minded mentality. And to just wake up and farm off of somebody. I'm just saying, AGN is covering things over here. You know what I mean? It's like, look, it's very easy to see. Like I said, can you be intellectually honest? Can you support Nintendo? I've done it. Can you support PlayStation? I've done it. Can you criticize PlayStation? That's easy. That's all you do. Can you support Xbox? Oh yeah, that's pretty obvious. Can you criticize Xbox? Can you support PC? You see, I've done all of it. I've supported Steam Deck too, and Steam Machine videos. I was doing very well on that. And there's some things I didn't agree with. Then I got on the RAM topic. I got on the SSD topic. I've covered political topics. I've covered Assassin's Creed topics. I've covered all types of things on this channel to explain to people. While I'm waking up, I'm actually doing things to help people. I'm not here to just be, this is not a clown show. You know what I'm saying? There's more to this because my soul is brighter. You see? So when I'm sitting here talking about these types of things, it's like, what are we doing? Are we here to actually help people? Or is it always, I want to wake up and bring some negativity into somebody else's life? If that's all you're doing, then you're a DJ. If you want to proudly be one, go ahead. But the point here is that let's start being a little bit more honest here and stop being fake and frauds. Because there's too much of that already on YouTube. I find it funny because you know what I'm saying? So now we understand PlayStation versus Xbox price hikes are not the same. And Xbox is going to be coming around the corner with another price hike. And no exclusives. No, none of that. And they've already shot themselves in the foot multiple times. And that the Steam machine is going to be more expensive than the PS5 Pro probably. The 2 terabyte, because that's a 2 terabyte. You see what I'm saying? That thing can end up being $950 to $1,000. And then you look at all of it, you're like, but for these specifications, that's insane. You got to pick your poison. Nintendo's the only one that hasn't jacked the price up of their hardware. Though they ain't been in this generation long enough with the Switch 2, if you get what I mean. So that may be a possibility, right? That's not going to be fun either. Because they're still in their early life cycle, whereas Sony and Microsoft are heading into their 6th year. They're pretty much in their 6th year going towards that now. You see what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it just depends on how you look at it. You have to learn how to scale things correctly. That's why I say that Microsoft's price hikes weren't just hardware price hikes. They also jacked up the price of something that could have been the best deal in gaming when it comes to subscription, Game Pass. They did it all way too fast and too greedy, and that company is 100 times richer than PlayStation and Nintendo put together. So who should be subsidizing, if anything? Microsoft. It's like Nvidia should be subsidizing. Look at them, right? So don't sit here and try to tell me that the PlayStation is the worst, where it's like, no, dude, PC is the worst. You could go buy a graphics card that's still 3 times more expensive than the Pro. Just a graphics card. It's gotten insane. The RAM being $400. Dude, it's all nuts. Like, so when you think about the price hike difference of being able to get 32 gigabytes of RAM for $99 and being charged 5 times the value, it went up like $500, $400 more dollars, right? Stuff like that. It's like, no, dude, it's the worst than PC. Now Sony jumped in. But I seriously believed that it's this AI feed and political chicanery on top of them not wanting to subsidize and the consumer once again getting screwed over. I don't want to hear that doesn't affect anybody. It's like, no, dude, run a business and tell me all these people running businesses that they're not getting hit, the consumer. You see what I mean? This is why I hate politics. That's why I hate this AI goose chase. All this nonsense. And in a generation, we're heading towards the 6th damn year, and you got everything going up even more insane. It's all nuts. So once again, AGN coming to tell you that don't think you got some angles on me. Me farming that PlayStation PSVR 2, that was amazing. What do you mean? Gamers were getting insane deals. You get that $650 deal to get that type of performance that would cost you a ton of money for a PC. Why would you not be for that? Why would you not be for AMD growth up in NVIDIA's face who tried to rain on that parade? It's still a great deal being able to get that deal if you got it before this price hike goes up. People are still going to pay that price for GTA 6. Just like people still pay $1,000 and plus for these iPhones when they used to be way cheaper when they first came out. Dude, things have gotten bad like this for a while. But I tell you what, man, people are like this. If they want to get something, they're going to get it. But what I feel sorry for is the people who truly cannot afford it. Because I always try to look at the common whole as well, too. So this is the video that I think I wanted to make so that we could talk about the PS5 versus Xbox price hike differences and how there is still worse all over the place and how Sony won their generation. They're in a good position still. They need to be careful with the PS6. But I think by the time the PS6 comes out, this Pro could be $650 down to $600 because everything is going to tank down. This stuff is going to crash. So this is all temporary. And Sony can still easily be fine because they have their base. Whereas Xbox permanently killed their platform. There's a total difference here, and they lost big time. They can't even beat Nintendo Switch 1 in 4th place. So no, the energy is not the same because they destroyed something permanently. Sony didn't do that. They can't kill PlayStation. You see what I mean? Understand the difference here. This is why you need somebody with a higher intelligence to do that. So, hey, man, peace and love to everybody that's been supporting my channel. Keep gaming, no matter what platform you're on. You know how it is. If you guys got anything else, leave a comment down below. You know how it is. Later, y'all. Peace out. Keep gaming.